Welcome back to Good Evening KU. I'm Nicole Dolan.
And I'm Kat Michael, and today is the first day of fall.
Woo! I love fall. Do you love fall?
Fall is one of my favorite seasons. Once the weather starts to cool off, you can break out your sweater. Halloween's right around the corner. In my book, it's a good day.
I know. I'm a Libra, so
Gotcha.
Fall, autumn,
It's your season.
time. It's my season. We're coming out.
Yep.
So it was family weekend this weekend. What did you do?
My family came down from up north, and I got to hang out with them. We went to the football game. We went out to Burger Stand on Friday night. It was delicious, as it always is. We got to spend some time together, which was good. That was awesome.
That's nice.
What did you do for family weekend?
Yeah, so my roommate and her family came over, and she brought her dog over, so it was a good time, good quality dog time, you know what I mean? We watched the game on the TV. Unfortunately, we lost.
Yeah, that was kind of a bummer, but we're excited for KU to go away this weekend. Hopefully we'll have some better results.
Yeah.
Did you hear what else happened this weekend?
Yeah, I heard quite a few students actually protested for climate change.
Yeah, the global climate strike really kicked off on Friday. Started with a young girl named Greta Thunberg from Sweden. It's also called Fridays for Future. So it's a bunch of students taking to the streets and protesting to hopefully raise awareness for global climate crisis here in the U.S. and across the world.
Wow.
Do you believe in climate change?
I do believe in climate change. I don't understand how people don't think it's real, but to each their own.
I guess so, yeah. Do everything you can. Take your reusable water bottle, I guess.
Yes, get that hydro flask. If you drop it in class, you know, that's okay.
Stick around. We'll be right back with special guests to talk about the KU Symphony.
Have a nice day.
You too.
Have a great day.
Thanks, you too.
Make someone's day. Pay it forward.
Welcome back. I'm here with a very special guest, Dr. Watson of the KU Symphony. Correct? Thank you so much for joining us.
My pleasure.
So you guys have a really cool event coming up with a very special soloist. Can you tell me more about it?
Sure, I'd be delighted to. So the program that we've got coming up on Thursday this week is a work sponsored by the concert, I should say, sponsored by the Lead Center, which is where the orchestra performs. And we have a wonderful soloist joining us. His name is Juan Miguel Hernandez, and he's playing the viola. We were talking a little bit before we started recording, and you're right, you know, we don't so often have viola soloists. So that's actually, I think, the first time, certainly in recent years, that the KU Symphony has had the chance to work with a viola soloist. So we're absolutely delighted. And he's going to be performing a work by Martinu called the Rhapsody Concerto for viola and orchestra. Also on the program is going to be Schumann's Third Symphony, known as the Rhenish, inspired by a visit to the Rhineland in Germany. And we open with Dvorak's Carnival Overture, which is basically, like it says, pretty much one big party.
That sounds amazing. A lot of really cool songs you've got going on there. So what about, I would say, the theme of this event? How is it different than some concerts you've done before?
Thanks for asking. So this is a really exciting thing for us in that we are partnering with another office on campus here, and that's CAPS, Counseling and Psychological Services. And this concert is basically aimed at promoting mental wellness and mental health in general, as well as sharing a little bit of information with the orchestra students involved, you know, and our general public, our audience about the services that CAPS provide. Two of the composers, Schumann and Martinu, had really public and quite well-known battles with mental health issues. Schumann most famously threw himself into the Rhine River in an attempt to kill himself. Very fortunately, he was unsuccessful. He was actually rescued. However, he lived out his days in what was then in the 19th century an asylum. So Schumann is a very well-publicized example of a composer who really, you know, was able to achieve really great artistic heights and really write some wonderful compositions, but basically his day-to-day life was quite a struggle, and that was the same for Martinu. So I got thinking, and I thought that would be a really good opportunity to sort of, you know, highlight the challenges they faced and use it in September, which happens to be National Suicide Prevention Month, to promote the importance of reaching out for help when you feel you need it, speaking to those that can perhaps support you, sharing your feelings, letting everybody know, students particularly, it's okay to not be okay, and if you find yourself feeling in need of help and support, there's people that can help you. Some of those people are professional services like CAP, some of those people are faculty members such as myself, other staff members, friends, family, people that you interact with on a daily basis, and awareness is key. If we're able to help you, please let us know.
Yes, and so you were telling a little bit about your ideas for next semester and how you're going to make that different as well.
Yeah, we've got quite a few exciting things coming up in general, actually. We've got a Halloween concert coming up before that. And in the Halloween concert, we're partnering with some members of our local community. The Lawrence High School Orchestra is going to join us. The Free State Orchestra is going to join us. At the end of the semester, we've got the very loved KU Vespers. And we're also going to be joined by some community members there. And next semester has got, a number of really exciting things. One of them is an initiative featuring works of women composers. That is sort of something that we also passionately believe in. So we're one of 2 collegiate orchestras in the nation to have been awarded a performance grant by the Women's Philharmonic Advocacy, and that is going towards the costs associated with renting music by female composers. So next semester we'll have works by 4 female composers on the program.
Wow.
Yeah.
So what kind of work goes into planning an event of this scale?
Quite a lot, actually. So reaching out, first of all, to people and, in the CAPS office. I mean, it was an idea I had. I wasn't quite sure whether it was something that they would be interested in. So first of all, seeing whether people are interested in partnering. And then, of course, getting the dialogue open as to what they feel would be important, how best to present the information that they've got, share that with students, the things that we can do. And basically putting together a sequence of events to really make it a very meaningful collaboration all round.
Yes, so can you tell me a little bit more about your soloist and how he's different from soloists you've had in the past?
Yeah, so Juan Miguel is a really wonderful, outstanding viola soloist. He was for a long time a member of the Harlem Quartet. And he's also associated with the Sphinx organization, which is in Detroit. And the Sphinx organization is a powerful advocate and voice for diversity when it comes to the classical music world. And Juan Miguel, as an African-American soloist himself, I think is going to be the first to perform with the KU Symphony Orchestra. So we're very excited by that, and we feel it's very important. And I think, in terms of our initiatives with regard to collaborating with the Sphinx organization, this concert with CAPS, and certainly, including more works by women composers, that will hopefully give us the opportunity to be considered across the nation as a role model with respect to diversity in a collegiate orchestral program. I hope so.
Absolutely. That's really incredible that you guys are bringing in all these different kinds of people to work with you. So when is this event? When can people come see it?
So people can come and see it Thursday evening in the Lead Center of Lawrence. Performance begins at 7:30 p.m. I believe there's going to be a pre-concert talk a little bit before that. But yes, this Thursday, 7:30 p.m.
That's really cool. And with all the context that you guys have brought in for this, I think it's going to be really impactful for a lot of people to come to that pre-show, I'd imagine. Yes?
I hope so. That's the idea, yeah.
So is there anything else you'd like to add?
I think we've pretty much covered everything. We'd love to see you there, so do please come and join us on Thursday, 7:30 p.m., the KU Symphony Orchestra, viola soloist Juan Miguel Hernandez, and myself conducting.
Thank you so much, Dr. Watson, for coming in.
My pleasure.
And we'll be back after the break.
For students searching for a way to stay active in an outdoorsy way, the City of Lawrence has bike trails running in every direction, and with the new bike share program, we can stay in shape as we tour the sights of our beautiful city. Clinton Lake is only a short 30-minute bike ride away from Daisy Hill and has the most incredible sunset location in all of Lawrence. Walking campus may give you the KU calves, but biking can give you the KU thighs. Bike Lawrence today.
Hi, I'm Adrian.
And I'm Sophia, and this is your Good Evening KU News Update. Game of Thrones and Fleabag won big last night at the Emmys. Game of Thrones won Best Drama Series, tying the record for the most wins in that category. The show won 12 Emmys total, adding to its record total for the most wins of any television drama ever. Fleabag won 4 Emmys, including Best Actress in a Comedy, Directing, and Best Comedy Series. Billy Porter also made history by becoming the first openly gay black actor to win Best Actor in a drama for his work on Pose.
The New England Patriots cut star wide receiver Antonio Brown from the team over the weekend amid sexual assault allegations. He had only played 1 game with the team before being released. This is the second time Brown has been released from an NFL team this month after the Oakland Raiders cut him before the start of the season. Brown now says that he will not be playing in the NFL anymore. The cut comes after allegations of sexual assault and rape from 2 women.
Masses of people took to the streets all around the world this weekend to participate in the week-long global climate strike. A smaller group of protesters showed up locally for the strike at Wesco Beach to join in on the effort to get legislators to take action on climate change. Globally, protesters took to the streets in huge numbers. In Berlin, police estimated 100,000 participants, with similar numbers in Melbourne and in London. Tens of thousands showed up in the streets of Lower Manhattan. The strike will continue until Friday, September 27th.
The KU basketball team is awaiting a notice from the NCAA that details multiple major violations in the program. An NCAA official says that they will be issuing notices to programs involved in a pay-for-play recruiting scheme investigated by the FBI. Both KU Chancellor Douglas Gerard and Associate KU Athletic Director for Public Relations Dan Beckler said that KU Athletics had not received any notices from the NCAA.
Wow. The Kansas Jayhawks football team lost its conference opener on Saturday against West Virginia 29-24. The home game drew in the biggest crowd of the season. Kansas will play on the road next week against TCU.
On Friday, Coach Bill Self announced freshman guard Isaac McBride has withdrawn from the basketball program. McBride is a 3-star recruit and the #1 player from the state of Arkansas. Self expressed his disappointment with the decision and wished McBride the best.
Bill Self also announced Friday that former KU basketball player Perry Ellis is returning to KU to complete his undergraduate degree and join the basketball staff. Ellis will work towards his sports management degree and join the team as a video coordinator.
This has been your Good Evening KU News Update. Stick around and I will be back with the weather.
Where you go to college makes a statement about you. This place will become a part of you, your identity for life. The University of Kansas, a great place to be you.
Hello and welcome back to Good Evening KU. I'm Adrian Campa here with your weather forecast, and today is the first official start of fall. Now, the start of the season actually began at 1:50 a.m. this morning, and if you were outside around sunrise, you could notice it was pretty chilly out with temperatures in the low 50s, so that was a nice welcome to the start of fall. Now, that's kind of changed in the last few hours. We're back up to more summer-like temperatures with our current weather. We're at 81 degrees right now. It's partly cloudy, but it's pretty comfortable out thanks to low humidity and south-southeast winds out at 8 miles an hour. So it's a little breezy, but overall pretty nice and warm. Now into this evening, from 6 to 9 p.m., temperatures should start to decrease to around 67 degrees. So overall pretty nice evening, light winds. Clouds should start breaking up around 8 p.m. So it's going to be nice and clear. Now for tomorrow, our forecast, we're expecting a high temperature of 85 degrees. Now, don't let this graphic fool you right here. Most of the day is going to be sunny, maybe some clouds, but as we get to the evening, that's when we could start seeing some chances for storms. There's going to be a weak front coming through the state, and with that, we could spark up a few thunderstorms. Some could be on the stronger side with maybe some gusty winds and some small hail, but that will not be until overnight, probably around the midnight hour. So that shouldn't affect your plans if you have any. And winds will also be gusty tomorrow. Winds could gust over 20 miles an hour, so that's another thing you want to prepare for. Now, how long will this warmer weather be sticking around? This is our 8 to 14 day temperature and precip outlook. And I'll step off to show you. Let's see. Right here, this is where we are in Lawrence. And we're expecting above average temperatures for the next 8 to 14 days. And for our precip, we're also expecting some above average precipitation. So that's kind of normal for this time of year. As we are transitioning into fall, more and more cold fronts will be making their way from Canada, bringing that cooler air. But this time around, we're expecting these above average temperatures, so we're going to have warmer temperatures ahead of the fronts, and that's going to collide with that cold air, so that is going to spark a lot of thunderstorms. So we are going to begin to be in a more active weather pattern. Now, that can be seen on our extended forecast. Again, tomorrow, a chance for storms, but our best bet is moving into this weekend, where we have a 50% chance of thunderstorms on Friday, a 40% chance on Saturday. But overall, I think the best bet will be Friday into Saturday, where a cold front will be moving in. And it's too early to tell right now if there is going to be any severe storms, but as we get closer to the event, we can pinpoint exact locations and timing. But for right now, just go ahead and plan on stormy weather for the remainder of the weekend through Monday. And then early next week, it's also looking like more storms will begin to develop and push into the area. So that's one thing you'll want to plan ahead for. That's all we have for you this week. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next week.